Hey guys, today I have the Space Marine Series 3 box and we're going to unbox these Chaos Boys.
Did somebody say chaos?
No. Mr. Chaos Cultist, while I like seeing you here, the analytics, they're not as into you, unfortunately.
The analytics.
Yeah, the analytics.
The numbers.
Yes, the numbers.
The codes. The ciphers. The ways of Zinch. Yes, the analytics. I understand the analytics.
Hey guys, I'm Angela and welcome back to Hobby Night. This week I went ahead and picked up the Space Marine Heroes 3 box set, a full blister, and I thought I would unbox this today and assemble the miniatures to show them off to you guys. So without further ado, let's unbox Space Marine Heroes 3. All right, so I am here with my Space Marine Heroes Series 3 box of the full blister of this miniature series. And I'm very excited because hopefully I will be getting one of each by doing this. And there are 6 different sculpts. They are unique, I believe, to the Plague Marine, so the nothing that we've gotten thus far. And I do actually think they each have a unique Nurgling with them, which is really, really cool. I absolutely love the Nurglings. I like putting them with some of my Space Marines and some of the other just characters and stuff that I have. Some of them come with it, like Typhus, for example, but each of these guys comes with, I think, at least one. There might be more than that, we'll have to see. But we're going to go ahead now and open these boxes up, and I'm going to show the front and back of one of them, and then we'll open the contents of all the other ones, and we won't really worry about showing the box because I checked and they are in fact identical. So here is the first one. We've got the nice Plague Marine with his Plague Spitter on the cover. And then on the back, it shows you one of them, which is the same guy that they show on the front, and then what the 6 other ones are. Now this 1 times X or 1 times question mark, I don't quite understand. I know in the other Space Marine Heroes series, there was a random one that you weren't 100% sure what it was, but because it was blind chance and you weren't guaranteed one of each if you bought a box. That was actually something that was kind of disappointing for the series, and one of the reasons I actually skipped getting Series 2. I have a couple of them from that series, but I didn't buy the full box because when I bought the first box, I got duped and I didn't get the captain and I was really sad. But we're not here to talk about those ones. We're here to open these. So let's go ahead and get this guy open. I did pre-cut all of these open because they are taped and I just wanted to make it easier for myself going forward. So we've got, oh, I'm expecting in this to get the build guide, a card, because that's what happened with the Series 1. You got like a card with the guy's name on it and like his details and everything. And in this, actually, it looks like we just get a build guide. So here we'll show the build guide first and then the sprue. So it's got the Space Marine Heroes 3. This is a really thick build guide, actually. I don't know if this is the one that we've gotten. I'm going to assume maybe it is because, oh, interesting. Okay, so I like this. They give you a build guide for every single one of them in, I'm assuming, every single box. That way, if you happen to get some later and you throw it away, I guess you have them. Kind of an interesting design. It definitely makes it thicker. This is a nice cardstock, honestly, for this build guide. And it gives you a nice painted example of each of them as well. And then it has actually even a little checkbox here if you are collecting them and you're getting them blind to say, hey, I got that one, which is kind of cool. So that is your build guide. Looks pretty easy to put together. Are these push? They are not. So these are not easy to build, which I actually really like. Sometimes it gives you a little bit more customization when they're not that, and I know sometimes people just prefer it. So pretty cool that we didn't get it. So let's look at our first sprue. It looks like we have opened up the bolter without the grenade. He's got his plague knife as well as his bolt gun, and he's got, okay, they do come with more than one Nurgling. So he's got one Nurgling here, which has a little skull next to it. And then he has another Nurgling, it looks like, that is going to be, that is going to be on his horn, which is awesome. I absolutely love that. I'm wondering where that horn goes. It must go on a shoulder piece because I'm looking at his face and both options have a horn on the head. So that will be, wait, are there? Okay, sorry, I saw this guy again from the back and I was like, is there a third Nurgling on this one? No. It's just the two. But cool, so this is probably the most generic of them that you're gonna get because he's just got his plague knife and his bolt gun. And I think that's pretty neat though. Like, I still absolutely love the sculpts. I like his dumb face with the open screaming mouth. I do actually really like the Plague Marine heads when you don't necessarily give them their helmets. I tend to go for the helmeted ones. But I actually do think that using the non-helmeted ones for Plague Marines is kind of fun because you can do things with their faces, and if you don't have it like looking perfect or like super spectacular with especially the eyes or something like that, it doesn't matter, they're undead. You can make them look as hideous and grotesque as you want. So that is our first one. Let's go ahead and now move on to our second box. So we've got it open. Now hopefully this will be a different one and we actually are going to get one of each. So we've got our pamphlet again, which is fantastic. Exact same thing, so we won't go through that.
Hold up. Zoom and enhance. Do you guys see this? Okay, so I didn't notice while I was filming it, but I certainly noticed it while I was building these guys because I freaked out. I thought I had lost this arm. I had not realized that it wasn't actually on the sprue. I checked the boxes afterwards. It's not anywhere here. I think it must have fallen off before this product was even boxed. I'm so disappointed just because this is my guys and I'm so, oh my God,
Get rid of this box. Now for our next Plague Marine. Okay, this one has a super fat Nurgling and I love it. Where is your other one? Or do you have a second one? Okay, so not all of them come with a second Nurgling necessarily. They sometimes only just come with one, and that is fine. I still dig it. So this is our Plague Spitter, which is a cool weapon to use. I don't run them actually very often myself, but I really like the look of them, and I've actually not painted one with the Plague Spitter yet, actually. I should do that, because it feels like a fun weapon to kind of do in a slightly different, unique way from what I do with my normal Plague Marines, which is the Black Templar contrast paint and then dry brushing some skink blue over it. This might be one to do something fun with, like actually putting some like green in it or something like that to make it look like it's got slime, since that's kind of what it does. It spits, you know, slime and goop and stuff out at you. So that one's pretty cool. I do always really like their backpacks for these guys as well. Like that always tends to be really cool. I really like his little Nurgling. I think he's nomming on some of the slime. I wonder if it's from the weapon. He probably doesn't want to eat that.
Oh, hey, didn't see you guys there. Well, while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video.
All right, we're gonna move on now to box number 3. Which one will we get? Let's go ahead and get rid of our pamphlet and our box. We got that. Yeah, all right, cool. So this is probably the one that I'm the most excited for. I absolutely love the icon bearers. I think they're really rad. I love that this particular one, you guys should hopefully be seeing a close-up or something of it, but this particular one has this like worm Nurgling thing at the bottom that is wrapping around the icon itself, and I just think it's so cool. And he also has, yeah, he's got a few more. So there's another one on the sprue here, and then there's some like tendrils. Like this guy is super tentacly, and I really dig that. Where is his? Okay, he does have, there's a Nurgling actually stuck, like a normal looking one, actually stuck in the icon itself, which is fantastic. I do really enjoy what they're doing with this. I wish that, I know they probably won't, but like, because we have, dear God, so many Plague Marines already in different styles, because there's been a bunch of different ways to get them. But I really like that kind of thing being incorporated. And if there are any other factions out there that have small creatures that follow them around, Dark Angels come to mind, I want to see them included in kits so you can have like their little miniatures and stuff with them. I don't know if the Dark Angel ones, I think they have minis, don't they? For that one, I just have never seen them in person. But this is really cool. I like this guy a lot. The Icon Bearer. All right, box number 4. And so far, we have in fact gotten one of each. So I'm very pleased with that. I'm glad that they actually are true with that. I am curious about that 1 times question mark. That implies that there is like a unique one. But I don't know if there will be. Ooh, this guy is cool. So this guy has a big cloak. Okay, this is the Plague Marine champion. Okay, so this is your lieutenant basically, and he has his plasma gun. He has 2 head options like the rest of them. Okay, he also has 2 Nurglings. He's got one that appears to be holding a mini gun himself, which is really cute. And then there's another one that is sitting on his backpack. And they're all unique. I have not seen a single of these Nurglings actually be similar to one another yet, which I really, really enjoy. I do think it's cool that with these sets, they're trying to do something similar. I'm wondering if, sorry, I just had a thought as I was saying that. I know that the series 1 and 2 I believe, have been reprinted in the Space Marine Heroes board game that you can get through Barnes & Noble. I'm wondering if because of this Death Guard set with these guys, if that series is going to get a Nurgle expansion or not, or if it already has one. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments. But I think this guy's pretty cool. I do really like the Plague Champions. They're always super fancy and really fun to paint. All right, we are down to our last 2 boxes. So there should be a flail, I believe, and as well as a guy with a bolt gun and grenade. So those are the 2 that I'm expecting. Let's see what we get in this box. We get, of course, our guide. Let's get rid of our box. And this one is our bolt gun with grenade. Now, I know there's some really cool stuff that you can do with the Plague Marine grenade boys. I don't know if it's as powerful as it was in 8th edition, where there was a stratagem that you could combine with Veterans of the Long War, I believe, that ended up, like there was actually a couple things that you can combine with it, but the main gist of it was you could basically get all of your Plague Marines to throw their grenades all at once and do like a ton of damage. I don't know if that is still as good as it is, or it was in 8th edition in 9th, but it would be cool to see if they have, because I definitely really like the guys that are always holding the grenades. Honestly, I really like all of the Plague Marines. It's one of the main reasons that I ended up going with that army, is because just on an aesthetic level, each of them seemed unique. I mean, they do have some of the newest sculpts and everything, at least they did, back when 8th edition was coming out, which is when I was getting back into the game. So I just really like them. They're very, very cool. But yeah, this is our bolt gun with grenade. He has 1 Nurgling here, and I think that is it. So there's a couple of them that only come with 1, but most of them seem to come with 2, which is actually really, really neat. And he has another little fat guy who has a couple of grenades that he's got in front of his belly, which is really fun. I am down to the last box. This should be the Flail, which is the other one other than the Icon Bearer that I was the most excited for, because 9th edition has become quite a melee game. I am building a lot smaller of squads now for my Plague Marines, and I am considering putting the Flails in some of them just to kind of add some spice to it, and I really like them. They're very cool. And I have a couple of different Flail guys, a couple from the starter sets, and then some unique ones, I think, from other kits. So this is our guide, of course. We've seen that 100 times, we don't care. And indeed, this is our Flail boy. And the thing that I really liked about this particular sprue, and one of the reasons that I was most excited for it, is because one of the few things that I didn't know about this series going into it, other than the fact that each of them had a unique Nurgling, is that this guy's particular Nurgling was actually hanging on to the Flail as part of the weapon. And that tickles me so much. I absolutely love it. He also has this other little guy here who is smaller and appears to be rising out of the ground, potentially. He might be sitting in this base somewhere. But yeah, we've got all 6 of our Plague Marines now unboxed and everything. I am very much looking forward to building these up. And yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing.
I have consulted the unholy numbers.
So you looked at YouTube analytics?
Yes. The most unholy of all Tzeentchian ciphers. The algorithm speaks.
Oh.
And what it tells me,
yes,
my dear Angela, is that challenge videos do quite well. And
what?
Might I remind you, Tzeentch does love a challenge.
What kind of challenge are we talking about here?
Oh, you'll have to tune in next week and find out.